Hello and welcome to another episode of Low Tech Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. Tonight, Meatless, Eatless, Mental Mushroom Monday, I've got some chicken cooking. I'm sorry to say. But you know what this week's theme is going to be? Forgiveness. I'm going to forgive myself for eating chicken on Meatless, Eatless, Mental Mushroom Monday. And, I hope everybody can find a little bit of forgiveness this season. Because we need it. We need to forgive ourselves of our bad habits. We need to, in order to grow from them, forgive ourselves. In order to get better at not doing them, we have to forgive ourselves. We must move beyond the shame of not knowing what's going on with our body. To forgive ourselves of that. To learn. You must forgive yourselves. I especially had to forgive myself of a lot. And I think that was a big deal in nursing school why I was having trouble getting through it. Because I needed to forgive myself that I didn't know. And forgive myself that I didn't really know how to study. Because as a public school child, I had been somewhat pampered going up through school. And didn't really need to study too much. A's, maybe a B if I was really not paying attention that day or week. And it's fine. Skirting by. Didn't really have to push myself very hard. And people around me, peers, didn't really push at all. So I wasn't going to try to do something that they weren't doing in the slightest. I was going to stay with the crabs. Stay with the crabs in the bucket. When acting, thought I was going to be an actor. And turns out I just wanted to do something. And I didn't know what that meant. I still don't exactly know what that means. But with the greater realization of the self and the knowledge of who I am, I just try to help people. That's all. I gave up this idea of being the biggest, the baddest, the coolest actor, the big timer, change the world, if I could just change a couple people at a time. Unfortunately, changing their diapers includes that. But what I'd really like to do is change hearts and to allow you to forgive yourself, whatever it is. Confess your sins, atone for them. To yourself. Because if you aren't showing yourself evidence of growth, you are showing yourself evidence of decay. And your mind doesn't really like decay. It latches onto it as a sign of death and will continue these signs of apoptosis and the cancer. Turn it into sauerkraut. I'm working on reading this book called Cancer as a Metabolic Disease by Thomas Seyfried, and it's something that I've told myself, if I can remember all these little characters in these silly little video games, like Dorothea, Ferdinand, Hubert, Linhart, Bernadetta, all these people who aren't existing and know their likes and dislikes. Bernadetta's a recluse, Linhart likes books, he sleeps all the time. Ferdinand likes to ride horses. He was obsessed with his nobility, but now he's more obsessed with winning the battle in these last 5 years. 5 minutes is up. Uno momento. Is it broken? No. Okay, Alexa, stop. Okay, Alexa, give me a timer for 4 minutes, please. All right, I'm back. I'm cooking. Sorry for the dead air, but I'd like to press this point further home. If I can, learn all these people's fake names, real names in the game, but they're pretend people. I can learn the metabolic pathways of glycolysis, fermentation, aerobic fermentation involving glycolysis and lactic acid production, which is one of the biggest hallmarks, the Warburg theory of diagnosis of cancer. All of these tumor cells have an aerobic dysfunction, an idea of glucose being needed beyond lactic acid being present. Why do they do that? I think there's more to it than just not breathing well. I think there's more to it. But I'm going to forgive myself for not knowing, for or I say wasting time with Ferdinand and Bernadetta, because I'm going to use this as strength. I'm going to forgive myself and use my mistakes and my, albeit time-wasting appearance to grow, to use as a foundation. Because I've put in work. For what? Depends. You must find out. Forgive yourself. And know, yes, you do stuff. You have thoughts, intrusive thoughts, evil things. And until you take accountability of all that, the shadow world, and forgive it, you won't find your true one. Whether that be your partner, whether that be yourself, whether that be yourself with your partner. Except you have a shadow. Thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow on Let's Talk Tickers on Taco Tuesdays. Have a good night.